I've decided to look up some statistics um, to see what Americans are spending, percentages of what they're spending on their income. I started with taxes. Approximately 29.2% of their taxes, of their money, is spent on income tax. 10% on consumption taxes. On their insurance, 15% of their income on health insurance. 3.12% on homeowners insurance. And 3.41% on auto insurance. On medication, 7.5%. On a mortgage, 28%. Now, that would negate some of the tax, property tax, and insurance, because usually that's all put together. 16% on auto loans. 10% on utilities. 5% on monthly subscriptions. Okay. Not to mention, if you cash out a 401k early, you will be taxed on that. And not to forget, inflation is basically a tax, of which the last 3 years, the last 3 previous years of 2025, we had 8% inflation in 2022, 3.4 or 4.1 in 2023, and 3.4 in 24. I thought it's interesting. Some of these figures are quite a bit, especially the mortgage. That's like 1/3 of what a person makes spent to live in. Now imagine if you're renting, it's more. And auto loans, damn near 20%. Credit card debt, the average amount of credit card debt, $1,506 more if you're in a higher income bracket. People that spend more obviously have more credit card debt, which I thought was strange. I would think the more you make, the less you'd have to use credit cards, but it goes the other way. Higher income people have higher revolving debt, and that's not the person that uses their card and pays it off at the end of the month. That's a person who doesn't pay their balance at the end of the month, which is highly ill-advised, being as, the interest rate on a credit card debt is damn near 30% in most cases. Anyway, I started this video off thinking I was going to do some sarcastic thing on what people spent and how do they even survive and everything else. Well, it's not sarcastic anymore. Now it's like really weird, because I added up and I rounded down. I rounded down the taxes. So if it was point something, I just went to the number before that. I didn't go to the next number up. So income tax, 29%. Consumption tax, 10%. When you pay taxes on everything you buy. Mortgage, 28%. Auto, 16%. Health, 15%. Utilities, 10%. Inflation, 4%. Subscriptions, 5%. Auto insurance, 3%. Now, I left out homeowners insurance and property taxes because, like I said, that's rounded in with that's included in your mortgage in most places, most cases. Now, the total of this percentage comes to 120% of a person's income. How's that? How is that? I don't have to be sarcastic. People are basically spending 20% more a year than they make. Uh, the average person. Pretty wild. So, like I said in some of my previous videos, uh, minimalism is almost not an option. It's almost a requirement to make it. Um, I couldn't believe this when I saw it, and I couldn't believe when I added it all together. It's quite eye-opening. I'm a fortunate person because a lot of these I don't have to deal with. In fact, most of them I don't have to deal with. Um, anyway, and those of you that you know think you're going to retire with your 401k, there used to be pensions. Of course, I guess in most cases they're not around much anymore. And that's where the 401k comes in, where they pretty much gamble with your money. And it's pretty much gambling on when you retire, whether you're going to get any of it, which is sad, but that's what it is. If you retire at the wrong time, you may have zero in your 401k. Uh, I've seen it go both ways with people I know. I've seen some people come out kind of okay, and I've seen other people, when they got time to retire, they were down to zero, especially around 2008. And I think that time's coming again. But anyway, kind of like to know your thoughts on this. Uh, and let me know if my numbers are off. But I looked them all up. This is what I came up with. I just, now I see why people are having a lot of trouble. A lot of these could be cut out. I mean, or cut down. You could definitely live cheaper than these average percentages, but these are the average percentages of the American people right now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.